Welcome back to Houston Life. We are wrangling a real trailblazer in the world of rodeo and beyond. Beaumont native Acynthia Villery has spent nearly 4 decades championing black cowboys and cowgirls as part of the legendary Bill Picket Invitational Rodeo. Now she is celebrating becoming one of the first women to be inducted into the Black Cowboy Museum Hall of Fame. Acynthia joins us now with more on her incredible life and career. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Derek. I really appreciate it.
It's such an honor to meet you. And this latest accolade, I mean, you're no stranger to awards. In 2023 and 2024, you were awarded the Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award by then President Joe Biden, a city proclamation declaring February 24th as Acynthia Villery Day in Houston. You also have an honorary doctorate of philosophy in humanitarianism. Help us understand, why do you think there is such an appetite right now, finally recognizing the work that you've been doing your entire career?
You know, that's a good question. And it's all about God's timing. Because when you do something that you love and you just give back and you give back, you don't look for someone to say, good job. But then when someone recognizes you after all the work you've done, you sit back and go, it's all about him and his timing. So I am very appreciative knowing that what I've done made an impact.
We're seeing some photos right now of when this proclamation was issued, February 24th. Talk to us about the rodeo, essentially the Bill Picket Invitational Rodeo. And this is something that happens in cities all around the United States. We're seeing some video.
Yes, absolutely. We started in 1984, Louvain. And we travel all over the United States from January to September. Major cities like Denver, Memphis. We're 4 times in Fort Worth at the Cowtown Coliseum, partnership with the PBR. We're also in Oakland, LA, Atlanta, and then our finals are in Washington, D.C.
And Bill Picket, for those who are not aware, I mean, he was a legendary black cowboy.
Yes, he was. He invented the event called steer wrestling, bulldogging. He would bite a steer on the lip and flip him with no hands.
Wow. With no hands.
No hands.
Wow, no big deal. By the way, so let's talk about your latest recognition, to be the first or one of the first females to be inducted into the Black Cowboy Museum Hall of Fame. Did you know this honor was coming?
Oh, wow. When Mr. Larry Callis told me about it, he asked me, he was like, I would like to induct you. And I was like, wow, what an honor. Because the museum's in Rosenberg. I've been there before. There's a lot of history there. But I didn't know at the time he didn't induct women. It had been men. And this year, when he asked me, I lost it. I cried. And then to be recognized with Molly Stevenson was such a huge, huge honor.
Well, it's about time. We're very happy for you. And you have really been a champion, Acynthia, your entire career of preserving Black heritage. Where did that fire in you come from? Were you always like that?
I'm a 3rd generation. So when it comes to rodeos, 2 of my uncles and my grandfather helped start one of the first all-black rodeo associations in Southeast Texas. And that was the Texas Rodeo Cowboy Association. So I grew up, it's in my blood. I ran around rodeo arenas when I was little. And one of my uncles actually was a rodeo secretary, which I did for like almost 30 years before I started announcing. And he was an announcer. Little did I know, fast forward, that I would do both.
Okay, I have so many questions for you. When you're out and about and people meet you, and you describe to them what you do, are you met with surprise?
Yes, especially announcing, because there's no women. You know, the PBR has women commentators, you know, they're doing that. But to find an African-American female rodeo announcer that travels nationally, we do have women that announce maybe, say, barrel racing or home events. But to see someone, no, it's not there. We're on Pluto Television with our events in Fort Worth, and to be able to actually see someone, I'm excited because I get to break glass ceilings. I get to let other ones, little girls that look like me, say, hey, you can do this. For women who may want to retire from rodeo, from competing, you can do other things. We just don't have to be secretaries. We can do other things. Our CEO with the Bill Picket Invitational Rodeo, Valeria Howard Cunningham, who's took over after Lou died, is a female. The majority of her staff on the national level is female. I had a rodeo series in Zydeco Festival in Beaumont, female. So for us to be able to make that impact and let us know that, hey, you can do whatever you want to do, okay? You can break that glass ceiling, you can represent. But the main thing is educating people about who the Black Cowboy and Cowgirls are. Because if we don't tell our story, no one else will.
I'm so glad you said that. It's such a critical part of our history. It's part of our history that many of us never learned about growing up. And here on Houston Life, we talk a lot about representation and inclusion and why these things matter. Does it feel good to be the first?
It does.
You've had a lot of firsts.
It's a lot of firsts. But you know, I heard something on the radio one time. It's good to be first only if you bring somebody up with you.
There you go.
Because if first doesn't mean anything if you can't bring someone with you.
When you started your career, was it your goal to be a role model? Was it your goal to inspire other young Black girls who say, wow, she can do it? And usually people who look like her don't do this.
Well, when I first started with the Bill Picket Invitational Rodeo 38 years ago, I was just doing something I love. And as I went throughout the years, I was like, okay, I need to groom somebody else to do what I'm doing. I was a rodeo secretary at that time because I was like, one day I'm not going to do this. But to be able to educate people along the way, you know, of our heritage. And then when the announcer role fell in, oh my gosh, I was like, wow, that's another level. That's another level. So my voice can continue to educate.
We love that. We're out of time. Favorite rodeo event to announce?
Bulldogging.
Okay, there you go. Bill Picket, I'm sure he's very, very proud.
Yes.
Acynthia Villery, thanks so much for stopping by. Congrats on all your accolades.
Thank you.
Come back and see us anytime. Shout out, by the way, to your sister Sarah, who's here in studio, and your mom, who's in Beaumont native as well. Black Cowboy Museum, by the way, is a self-guided museum in Rosenberg. If you'd like to learn more, we have provided a link on our website, HoustonLife.tv. Just look for that scene on Houston Life section.